Good morning, Storm fans! Bryant Cook here, and today we are playing in the Sunday Legacy Challenge with the Epic Storm, obviously. So, I've been playing a bunch of different lists since Modern Horizons 2 came out, and this is the first list that I've settled on for a few leagues. I posted to Twitter this week that I 5-0'd with this list. Granted, I had a very, very easy matchup spread. I faced 3 Goblin decks. Urza Echo, which is a really bad matchup, but I managed to beat a Chalice of the Void and a Karn. And there was some other matchup that was pretty easy, I can't remember. But since then, I've gone 4-1 and 4-1 with this list. And I think it has some good ideas behind it. So, the main deck is pretty stock. The Rite of Flames are the flex spot. We've gone over that. These could be Mishra's Bauble, they could be Strike It Rich. But for the most part, this is the 60 we've been playing for the better part of a year and a half. Well, in the sideboard, traditionally we have Carpet of Flowers. And Carpet of Flowers isn't that great right now. It's really good against Delver. And you know what, that's not even true. It's fine against Delver. Blue-Red Delver is a faster Delver variant, which means you don't get the value out of Carpet of Flowers that you used to. And that's sort of an issue. But on top of that, they have Ragavan, which makes treasures, so they don't even need to play their islands anymore. And then they also have a basic mountain and then Wasteland. They can win without ever playing an island. So Carpet's just not as good as it used to be. And then against control decks, they have Prismatic Ending. Carpet is just a liability. Not a fan of it. Alright, so I'm not happy with Carpet. Alright, so that's been said. Well, what do we do instead? My answer is Galvanic Relay. And it's sort of interesting because it comes in every single matchup. So against Delver, you're boarding it in. Against Control, you're boarding it in. Against non-blue, you're boarding it in. Well, that's a pretty flexible card, and that's what I like about it. So against, slower blue decks, you're boarding out Rite of Flame, you're boarding in AV and the Galvanics, and Abrupt Decay. Against Delver, I don't have a solid board plan yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. But against non-blue decks, you're boarding out 6 cards. You're boarding out Veil of Summer and Defense Grids. Well, you have 2 Chains, 2 Decay, 2 Relay. It just maps perfectly. And Relay is a card that's sort of a glue card. It's not the best in any situation, but it's always just fine. And you might be asking, Bryant, if Relay is coming in every matchup, why aren't you playing it main deck? Well, I don't think it's good enough to be in the main deck, to be honest. It's sort of like the 61st to 62nd card. It's just, we have so many things we're doing, and it doesn't really play that well with Ad Nauseam. So we're playing it in the board. It's a flex card. That's what it is. Let's call it what it is. So you're boarding it in depending on the matchup, which is what sideboard cards are supposed to be. And then I decided to cut the second AV. It was fine. It just was never necessary. And if you're only running one, you could, in theory, keep an Ad Nauseam if you want to. I don't know if I'm going to make that decision today, but at least I have the option. And instead, we're running Massacre again. Thalia decks just keep on being a thorn in my side. And I don't know why I keep on cutting Massacre. So I'm going to run the Massacre today. Hopefully it pans out well for us. So if you want to support this content, you can always go to theepicstorm.com/shop. I really do recommend picking up a mini token pack while they still have them. I've had a couple of people message me asking how long it's going to take before they sell out. I don't know. So get them while you can. We have just under 30 of these left. They're great value. Make sure you grab one. The pint glass, one of my favorite things, and then the Storm 20 baseball tee is perfect for summer. You're also welcome to submit a donation deck. It's been a while since we've had one here on this YouTube channel. Let's get one. Come on, people. For $25, you get the base tier. We'll play your deck and make suggestions. For the $50 super tier, you get 10% off merchandise at theepicstorm.com/shop. So you can get that token pack, pint glass, t-shirt, whatever, 10% off. I will help make your deck better before we record. I'll play your deck and then make suggestions. And then for the epic tier, you actually get to join me here on this channel. You get 20% off merch at theepicstorm.com/shop. And then we really fine-tune your deck. We get into the nitty-gritty. We talk about board mapping, deck theory, etc. So we're really going to refine your deck down to the little insy-bitsy, let's make this deck tune hum. All right, and you can submit these at theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's my spiel. That's what I've got. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you do, please subscribe. Support us. Join the Combo Cabal. It'll be great for both you and me. You'll get to watch sweet, sweet Storm content, and I will help further my efforts at growing this channel. It's a win-win. And if you're already subscribed, please like and comment. It really helps me get into the YouTube algorithm, and I would greatly appreciate that. That's what I have to say. That's my opening. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in round number 1. Let's kick some butt today. Alright, welcome to round number 1. We're facing MahfuzVanGogh, the Dredge expert. That said, they've been on the new hot Madness deck recently with Vengevine, Hollow One, Lion's Eye Diamond, a bunch of the new Madness cards, etc. So I'm not sure what to expect. That said, this hand doesn't really play that much Magic. If this hand had a single land in it, I'd probably keep, but instead we're shipping it. Alright, so this is actually a fine hand. I think I'm going to bottom the Veil and see what we can do. So, Mahfuz, are you on Dredge or are you on the Madness deck? The Madness deck, okay. Not a fan of that. Well, we got to keep our diamond. Oh, no, we drew a different diamond. Okay. And I guess they have a Faithless Looting to flashback? I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay. I'm trying to figure out why they sacrificed both Lion's Eye Diamonds. I don't understand. Oh, it's to pay Madness costs. I'm a dummy. Okay, sorry. It just took me a second. Alright. That makes way more sense now. Sure. So now they attack for 2. Alright. So it kind of stunk that they hit the LED. Actually, I would have loved all 3 of these. But that's fine. Let's see what we can draw here. Chrome Mox. Okay. So... Alright, so they're going to get to discard their hand, draw 3. I'm wondering if we should like try to set up a pier, but I don't know if that's possible. So next turn we're taking at least 10, possibly more. So I think what I'm going to do is with this Chrome Mox trigger on the stack, cast Brainstorm. See what the options are. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay. So I think here I'm actually going to put back the land and imprint Tendrils and then cast Echo. So this way I get Claw in play, I have a mana floating, and we have a land drop. Seems pretty good to me. Okay, so right now we don't quite have enough to win. So if I kept blue floating, we could brainstorm with the blue, but I kept black. And we don't have a red mana for Rite of Flame. So I think we're supposed to just cast Brainstorm here and see what we can do. Because we're not that far off from winning, because we can convert the black mana floating into a Lion's Eye Diamond. So we're going to cast Brainstorm, and it was a big miss. We did get a red card to imprint, but we're still short. So what are we supposed to do? I think we're probably just supposed to get another Echo. Because we're taking a bunch of damage next turn. I just want to think through this. I'm sorry. So if I imprint Burning Wish, Rite of Flame, yeah, it just means that I guess I could Galvanic Relay. That's probably not a bad option here. So why don't we Relay? I have to give them my Claw, but I think that's fine. Alright. So we do this, and then we activate Claw. This is definitely better than an Echo. Alright, Burning Wish, get Relay. And now we're going to Relay for 13 cards. So these two are known. So anything after that are all going to be new cards. We need some mana in there, though. Not a lot of mana. So hopefully our opponent doesn't wreck us here. It's possible that they do. So Rite of Flame makes 3 mana. Dark Ritual makes 3 mana. We have a land drop. We have a Brainstorm. I mean, We also have Ad Nauseam. That said, our opponent's about to smack us in the face, so I don't want to rely on that. They also very likely have Vengevine in their deck, so we're not completely safe. Like, it's possible that we lose here. And that kind of scares me. Okay. Mahfuz, what are you doing? I guess I can put that they're playing a road deck into the spreadsheet. Alright. Yeah, I think we're supposed to just like start next turn on Ponder Brainstorm and then make decisions on what to do. Because these two Moxen cast Dark Ritual Burning Wish. And we have 6 mana for Dark Ritual Burning Wish, so like that aligns well with Tendrils. We should use the other two spells to increase Storm. Opponent's tanking here. So guaranteed they have 9 damage on the board. They need 9 more. And for 1 red mana, they can make it 11. So realistically, they're looking for 7 damage plus 1 red. They have Wishclaw for Lion's Eye Diamond, which is scary. They could also get a Vengevine. Alright, they're starting on Faithless Looting. So that's going to resolve. Please do not hit your outs. Uh-oh. So they hit a Vengevine. That's kind of scary. Yep. I think I'm dead. So if they claw for another Vengevine with another Madness creature, yeah. So if they go get like Vengevine and then have like a Blazing Rootwalla or Angie's Ravager in hand, I'm dead. I think it has to be a 0 or a red Madness creature, but I could be wrong. Alright, so they're still tanking here. Alright, so now they're using Wishclaw. So maybe they figured out the math that I had already done, which is they just go get Vengevine and then sacrifice Lion's Eye Diamond for 3 red. There's the other Vengevine. Oh, they had the Kitchen Imp. Why did that take so long? That's just lethal. Oh, come on. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, so we're going to die here, if my math is correct. So the Kitchen Imp should be the last couple. And we're going to go to, like, -1. Yep. We really needed to get game 1. They posted their list to Twitter a few days ago, and it had 3 Mind Breaks in the board, which is going to be really difficult for us to beat. They don't have really anything we need to decay, so I don't want to side that card in. So I think this is how I'm going to board. Just hit submit. Relay, you know, it's an action spell, so it's just better than a card like Abrupt Decay that like isn't really going to be meaningful. Chain is fine because you can do like Storm Tricks with it, but we need to keep the defense grids in for the Mind Break traps. If you want to support this content, you should open up the description down below. And down there, you will find all of our social channels and links. Join the Combo Cabal. There's tons of great communities, but I would personally recommend the Discord. A lot of great Storm discussion happening in there. All right, we're on the play for game number 2. This seems fine. We're going to main phase Brainstorm and look to play out some more artifacts. Opponent going to 5. If we can afford to, we're looking to beat Mindbreak Trap, so we're not going to rush into things if we don't have to. If we can wait an extra turn, that's just a better thing to do. And our opponent is mulligan to 4 looking for that Mindbreak Trap. So, like I said, if we can afford to beat it, let's just do it. Let's not play into Trap. Alright. I don't think their deck plays Force of Vigor, so I'm not going to play around it. Brainstorm. Okay. That was actually pretty good. Put Ad Nauseam second from the bottom, I think. And so it's worth noting we can't actually cast Ad Nauseam through a Mindbreak Trap right now. We're still a mana short. Because you can't Rite of Flame Dark Ritual into it, or else Ad Nauseam's the third spell. So I think, depending on what our opponent does, next turn might be a Brainstorm looking for a land. So if they discard their hand to LED here, I'm going to look silly. Oh, no. Yeah. That was brutal. They hit both of our action spells. That actually hurt quite a bit. Alright, let's ponder. And then our third spell will be Mox Opal, because we don't really need that. That hurt. Alright, so they didn't have Mindbreak. Are they looking to just looting here? I guess so. They just want 2 cards to the graveyard? Oh, well, I guess they can Madness off it. That would make sense. And they hit Ox of Agonis, too. Do they have 8, though? Alright, so Vengeance coming. They hit their outs here. So we're taking 6. So we want to draw Burning Wish, because with Burning Wish we could peer. So next turn we'd be taking... I think I'm supposed to wait a turn and just play the grid. So that way if I have to echo, I don't have to worry about Trap. And this way Brainstorm gets to look at an extra card. I think they're pretty unlikely to kill us from here. That Burning Inquiry hurt, though. Alright. So, it's all up to you, Brainstorm. Let's go. And we hit. Perfect. Okay, so there will be a game 3 as long as I don't mess this up. Rite of Flame. Dark Ritual. Burning Wish. And now we sacrifice the Lion's Eye Diamond. We're going to retrieve Peer into the Abyss. And then tap this Underground Sea to cast Peer. We're going to go to 1 life. And that's all we needed. So this should be cake from here. We're just going to play out a bunch of Storm spells and then win the game. Alright, so Diamond. Legend Rule with our Opal. Let's cast a Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Let's play another Opal because I can. Why not? Tap it. Rite of Flame. Claw. The Tendrils is in our graveyard. I think we still have a Burning Wish in the deck. Yeah, we have to, because there's only 1 card in exile, which is the other Burning Wish. So we have 2 wishes. We're going to go get 1 wish, and then use that wish to go get Tendrils. Alright, so that's going to do it for game number 2. Grab Tendrils, and then cast it. Use the mana we have floating, and then sack a Petal. Huzzah. So they have Leyline and possibly Mindbreak, assuming that... their last list that I saw had it, but that could always change. Alright, so we stole game number 2 from the Madness deck. I don't think I'm going to change my board plan. I'm just going to leave it as is. Hit that submit button and hope it's good enough. We lost game number 1 and we won game number 2. With Peer into the Abyss. And that was a turn 4 win. Alright. Data in the spreadsheet. They kept 7. I think this hand's just too slow. Alright, we'll try this. Let's get rid of the Burning Wish. That doesn't really do anything here. Okay. Once again, I think I'm going to be using a main phase Brainstorm. Double Root Wall is pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. In case I hit artifacts, I didn't want the relay. Okay. So if we can live till turn 3, I have an ad nauseum through Mindbreak. It's kind of a tall ask, though. Ooh. This is the sort of line that looks like they have a Mindbreak. Because they kept just like threats with no action after that. So maybe there's a shot. They hit the land. So they're swinging for 6. So this is going to be an ad nauseum from 8, and we have to beat a Mindbreak. I think maybe I should draw the Opal. I mean, it's going to be tough to win this, but we have to take our odd here. Alright. 7. 4. Alright, we're 0-1. That was such a bad ad nauseum. Wow. Even without Echo in the deck. You might be thinking, Bryant, why didn't you stop in Echo? I don't think that's the right line. I'm sorry, I just don't. Like, if we have one more artifact, at least these Opals could be live. But there's no chance. There's 0 chance that stopping is correct there. Unfortunately, we lost at blackjack there. It happens. We're 0-1. Stick around for the future rounds. Welcome to round number 2. We're on the play. Let's do it. Yeah, I don't really know what our opponent's playing, but this seems fine. Can I have a Lion's Eye Diamond? So I think what I'm doing here is I'm going to play the Claw and then Echo. Don't really love imprinting ad nauseum, but oh well. I don't like this pause. Oh, well, they're a 4-sec. I would like to draw a new hand. So I think I'm going to Brainstorm here and then fetch. Yikes. That was bad. Triple land Brainstorm. Gross. Ponder. I don't think I can keep that. Just getting flooded. Like, you could keep Claw, but, like, Claw doesn't do anything, and then I'm forced to draw another land. Like, I just don't think that's a winning keep Ponder, unfortunately. Now we have no main deck engine as well, so the ad nauseum's removed to Chromox, and then the Echo, you know, was flashback, so we have no main deck engine. Not sure how we win this. Probably by drawing Brainstorm. That's step 1. Alright, so they're just on Bant. And what is it? Sure. I don't care about a Chromox. You got it. Okay, come on, deck. Not feeling too good about this. I think I need to hold this last Bloodstain Mire. Sure. Those don't matter. Come on, deck. I'm going to hold the lands in case I draw Brainstorm. I think I might want to fetch once just to thin. I don't know. And are we going to... It looks like we're going to see Neuro here. Yep. I'm just going to fetch. Because I can. Alright, so... Natural storming our opponent with the Tendrils is not a likely avenue this game. We're going to have to draw into something pretty good. Guess I'm playing another land. This is just painful. Yep. And Uro is escaping back. So how we win this, I think we need to draw Brainstorm as step 1, and then cast Brainstorm into cantrip action spell or protection spell cantrip, something like that. And I'm just going to remove another land from the deck. Please, come on. Yeah, I think we're just done for. Yep. So Uro's getting in there. Sure. You can have a Jace. Brainstorm. Alright, I'm just gonna concede. We're not winning this. That's... Yikes. Alright, game 2. Relay seems pretty good here. A lot of these lists don't have outs to AV, so I do like boarding an AV. It also helps you dodge Veil of Summer. And then I like Decays. I'd probably just board out Rights. I know it's like a little risky to keep Ad Nauseam in your deck with all these expensive cards. So you could board in like a Chain of Vapor or keep in a Right. You could also keep in Rights and then side out Moxen. But if you side out Moxen, AV's tougher to cast. Just throwing that out there. So I don't know what's correct. Again, Nauseam's just like not super reliable in this configuration. So maybe this. Let's try it. Let's try this out instead. I'm up for trying things. I guess we'll keep. So many lands. Bright side, if we draw AV, we can cast it. That is on the menu. I think I'm going to try to sit on this Brainstorm a little bit. Alright, and the opponent's just passing. Alright. Let's take a draw. There we go. Get rid of some of these lands, hopefully. I'm like a little bit afraid of tapping out into Back to Basics right now. I'm just going to try to get ahead. If they have Back to Basics, I get punished. There's the Tendies. That could have been an Adnaz. Yep. So in the next Brainstorm, I'm probably going to get rid of Volk. Honestly, I probably should have kept Taiga and got rid of Volk to begin with. Uh-oh. I can smell the Back to Basics. Come on, just pass. Alright, I'm fine with that. Let's see if we can fix this hand. Come on. Maybe the Tendrils will be fine against their library. I don't know. So our hope here is that they pay 8 life, and then we can get them with Tendrils. Alright, so they went to 15. This and Uro going up to 17. Also, if we could draw into Relay with all these zeros. And there's Uro. Alright, so Uro's escaping, all that good stuff. Let's draw Galvanic Relay. Come on. It'd be such an all-star here. Endurance, sure. Let's fetch. Go get Taiga. Like, I have a bunch of live draws I want, so let's draw one. I don't think that was one of them. I'm just gonna pass. Like, Echo's a fine draw. I'm not upset about drawing it. But I'm also secretly hoping our opponent taps out, so I can just, like, Tendrils them to death. So I know that they have Endurance. I'm not sure if these lists are playing Veil or not. I mean, they likely are, don't get me wrong. Yeah, there's 2 Veils on the board. It looks like they're just going to pass here. Another Uro, sure. Ponder, I guess. There we go. I could also try to Tendrils for lethal. I don't know if we have enough mana to do... Oh, I think I have enough mana to do both, actually. I have to imprint Echo, though. Yeah, I can do both. Alright, so we know that they have Endurance. Even if they have Veil here, we have Relay into Relay. Woot. The Tendies got there. Thank you for not being ad nauseum, I guess. It's like a little bit of a shame we didn't get the Relay, but I think we played it correctly. Like, starting on Tendrils is definitely the way to go. Alright. So, we got a little bit lucky there. I need to find out what turn that was. That was turn 6. Now we're on the draw. This seems fine. Let's cast a Ponder. Echo. I mean, I like these. So, if our opponent... Like, next turn my plan is I'm going to fetch, cast Grid. And if they are just like, okay, resolves, I'm going to Prismatic whatever, we're going to get them. And by that, I mean, we go Chromox, Imprint Decay, Ritual, LED, Echo. So I'm hoping Grid resolves because they have Prismatic Ending. That's what I'm trying to say here. The choice did not shuffle. Okay. Come on, just let the Grid resolve. What bad ever happened to anyone by letting Defense Grid resolve? Come on, you have Prismatic Ending. Just let it go. Force Pitch Ponder. Alright. I'm just going to pass here. No need to run into another force when we could, in theory, just have protection back up. Alright, and our opponent's passing here. That's good for me. Relay! Alright, so... Yeah, this maps out well. Alright, so let's lead on Abrupt Decay. I want them to force Wish Claw. Like, that's actually what I would like to happen here. Perfect. And now we relay. Little mini Mind's Desire for 6. Ooh, we hit the other relay. Alright. Well, all those wishes aren't great, but the rest of this is being okay. Yeah, like, that's a completely good draw 6. I'm down with that. Alright, the opponent's down to 2 cards. This looks like it might be a Hullbreacher. Yep. So, glad I didn't Echo. We do have to beat Hullbreacher, though. In Burning Wish, our best cards are all draw cards other than Relay or Empty. So we can Empty. That is an option we can do. They chose to not shuffle. Okay, so they have 1 card in hand. It could be a Force of Negation that they're holding up. That isn't a real possibility. But we're just going to try to outvalue them with Relays. I could also Burning Wish or Grape Shot and kill the Hullbreacher and then Echo. That is an option. I could also Empty here and force them to have the out. Or I could just get Tendrils plus Grape Shot, I think does it. Assuming that their last card isn't a Veil. So this might do it. 3. Alright, so if this is a Force Negation, I don't know what this card is. So if it's a Force Negation, it probably wants to hit one of these. I think, because then they take 10. They're still dead to Grape Shot if it's Force Negation. Alright, so they're all in on Brainstorm into Veil. We have another Relay is our back door here. Fluster! I mean, we're going to get to Relay again. I'm just going to let all these be countered. I mean, kudos for them for finding the Fluster. Do I value 2 life more than I value a Lotus Petal. I think I'd rather have Petal. And now we get to relay for 9. Zoop! No mana in there. That's actually kind of disappointing. So there was like a Crow Mox, that's it. Very, very little mana. Okay, that's kind of a pain in the butt. That was a really good brainstorm for our opponent. Ideally, we would kill both of these creatures this turn, so that's what we're aiming for here. But Grape Shot has to be the last card cast before I... So I need to get to Storm 4, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. So that's Storm 1. Storm 2 can be Wish Claw. Let's tap like this, I guess. And then we can go get Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah, I think I like this. So now we get Diamond. Nice Canonist. Let's fetch. Let's go get like Swamp or something. And now that I think of it, last turn I probably should have gotten... no, I think I did the right thing, actually. Ignore me. Because the Grape Shot made sense with the line. I was thinking in hindsight Massacre would have killed Hullbreacher, but I don't think that's the right line. Alright, so now it's Storm 4. I can Dark Ritual. We're a mana short of Peer into the Abyss. But I don't know if that matters, if I'm being honest. So let's Dark Ritual. I think we can just get to Natural Storm for Tendrils. Tendrils is in our graveyard. That's correct, Bryant. Let's cast Brainstorm here. That stunk. I could empty, but they have a tutor. So I think I'm supposed to just Echo here. Echo with the Burning Wish already... I mean, I don't have a win condition on my board that isn't empty. I could Relay again, but I don't think that's the play. This stinks. I don't want to do this. Should I Veil now? Probably. I don't like this. So I hit the Relay. We're so far away from AV being good here. I guess if I hit LED, I could cantrip into it. Shuffle. I think I'm supposed to Brainstorm here. I guess if I Brainstorm, I lose out on a Relay for 10. They're probably going to Wishclaw for Canonist. This is a really tough decision. So it'd be a Relay for 11. 3 Burning Wishes exiled. But I don't know if that matters when I have both Tendrils and... I have 2 Tendrils and Grape Shot in the deck. I'm going to Brainstorm. I have a feeling I'm going to regret it, but I'm going to Brainstorm. Did that just happen? I guess we lose the Veil if I go for it. I think I've played my land this turn. Pretty sure I have. I guess it doesn't hurt to keep the land, but I'm pretty sure I've played one. Okay. Petal. Opal. Ritual. Opponent says GG's. I hope they're not just BMing me. Alright, we've taken round number 2 over Bant Control. I guess we're calling it because it's not actually Miracles anymore. I don't know. But we're 1-1. Alright. We're in round number 3 and we're on the play. Our opponent has 1 result, and it is Goblins in Modern. So I'm not sure what to expect here. But this hand's pretty good. So we're going to try this. I think I'm actually going to main phase Brainstorm. See if I can hit another 0-mana artifact for this Opal. Because if we hit a Crow Mox, we might be able to Burning Wish on turn 1. So, leading off, Brainstorm. We hit the Crow Mox. That was actually pretty good. So I think I'm going to bottom Defense Grid here. I should have thought this through a little bit. No, we're a mana short of Pier, so this line's still good. Alright, so I think I might have stacked the Brainstorm wrong. There should be a grid on top in case they're a blue deck. And now we pass. I did most of this turn correctly. I just stacked Brainstorm wrong. I'll look really smart if they're a non-blue deck. which was sort of the assumption that I was making as I did it. That said, I didn't think of, like, it's pretty free for me to not draw the land because I'm so likely to draw a land off Echo. So that's where I think the play was wrong, because if they are a blue deck, that missed land drop is essentially free. I might be overanalyzing a little bit, but I don't know. Sure. Alright, so that's fine. Like, that was just a wash, and now I get to draw the grid anyway. And if they're not a blue deck, I can fetch it away now. So it all worked out. Another wasteland. Alright. I guess I'll draw the grid. Dark Ritual. And grid. Is this like a Maverick deck? It is. It's Maverick. So this grid is at least out of our deck so that I won't draw it with our Echo. So that's a slight bonus, I guess. Silver Lining. Storm 4. Let's see what we can draw into. Don't wasteland my fetch land in response. That's a clown move. Alright. So I think we should have it here. Opponent's at 20. Sorry, I forgot to mute. Let's do that real fast. Sorry about that. Alright, so I have 4 mana, 5, 6. So Burning Wish would be... Alright, so we don't guarantee have it yet. I do need to hit another mana, because we need more storms, so this Ponder needs to replace itself. How lucky. Alright, so that should do it. Storm 8. No one is afraid of your wasteland. You can quit pausing on everything. You're dead. Take your Maverick cards and go home. Scavenging Ooze, come on. And now we cast Tendrils. Put it on the stack. Woot woot. So we've taken game number 1 over Maverick. Alright, they're making me click. Alright, so that was a turn 3 with Echo. That was the sideboard Echo, I should mark that. The sideboard tendies. Alright, on the draw for game number 2. Chain comes in, Decays come in, and then our good friend Galvanic Relay, our favorite lightning bolt off of Ad Nauseam. Let's do it. Pretty easy board map, if you ask me. Relay is just so flexible. I talked about it in the intro, but wow. I really like that you can board it in almost every matchup. The matchups where you don't want it, in my opinion, are specifically combo matchups, because passing the turn stinks. But it's good in pretty much every other matchup. Like, you can argue that it's not good against Prison, but it's still better than Defense Grid. So it gives you something to do. But one of the hidden things that I actually really like about Relay against Prison decks is, let's say I'm on the play and I can't turn 1, but I can maybe Relay for 5 with keeping like a Lotus Petal, a Mox Opal or something in play, and I Relay for 5. If my opponent plays a turn 1 Chalice, if I hit Abrupt Decay or Chain plus enough gas, we could theoretically go off through their hate piece on turn 2. Just because it's the same idea that Echo of Aeons has, where you put a little bit of equity on the board and then you refill. And that's sort of nice. Ad Nauseam, why are you in my hand? Why? This would be a turn 1. I mean, we're going to keep it. But not happy about the Ad Naus being there. Alright, Maverick person, what do you have? Dryad Arbor, the Disrespect. Draw. What does that allow us to do? Allows us to do something. I'm just not sure what yet. I think we have to Echo here. So I could go Burning Wish empty. That's actually not a bad line. That's 14 goblins. I mean, if they have a Plague Engineer in their deck, they actually get to Plague Engineer. My opponent's salting off in chat. Love it. So we don't have Ad Naus. I think we're supposed to Echo. Alright. Let's Echo. Let's see if we can draw into a reasonable 7 that wins the game here. We have 3 mana floating, and this should do it. And even if it doesn't, we have Relay backup, which is just beautiful. And now we tendies. Alright, so unless there's a certain blue card that we don't say out loud here, we will have 2-0'd our opponent. Our opponent is still going off in chat. Alright. Sure. You can be a salt monster. Do the tendies resolve? Alright, looks like they're slowly resolving here. Gonna pause on the last one? Nope. Okay. So we have successfully beaten the more skilled Maverick deck according to our opponent. Cool. Hey there, round number 4 and we're on the play. According to Goldfish, our opponent has a long history of playing wizards in Legacy. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. We're going to keep this and see what we can do here. I'm not really sure what to expect, if anything at all. And oddly enough, I think I'm going to get Volcanic here instead of Underground Sea because I want the guaranteed red source if I need it. And there's actually an extra black source in the deck. Alright, so we can get rid of Tendrils here. Or maybe we keep it, I don't know. And then like try to get them on a turn where we play a bunch of mana into Tendrils. That's also an option. And there's a wizard. I just don't know. So what I could do is just cast Burning Wish right now and then go get Relay. And that would be really effective because then we could play our hand into Relay and it'd be great. So if we wait, I draw Tendrils. So it'd be 7 plus, let's assume they force Burning Wish 6. So we're still like multiple storm off. So instead I think I'm just going to cast the Burning Wish here and hope for the best. The previous list posted didn't have Daze, so I'm not playing around it. And no respect to Relay. We're just going to get Relay and, yeah, play some cards next turn. Alright, so Fairy Seer. Taking 1 here, going to 17. And they're just going to pass. Let's see that Spell Stutter. Is Spell Stutter a wizard? It has to be, right? It's probably a fairy wizard. I don't see it in their list, but this is also from 2019. It could be on fairies today. That's a possibility. It is a fairy wizard. Thank you for answering my question, opponent. Does this one resolve? Hey. So this Galvanic Relay is better than Wheel of Fortune right now because it's a one-sided 8 cards. Let's see them. Next turn's going to be good. Relay. Man, I love this card. It just makes Burning Wish a real threat. Like, if you let Burning Wish resolve, there's a real chance that you just lose the game now. Where I think it was lacking a card like that previously. Like, I'm a really big fan of Relay. Opponent thinking here about their fairy plays or wizard plays. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah. I'm just so excited to play my next turn. No! Oh, they're not even going to let me do it. Oh. That's no fun. Alright, so do we want AV? I think that there's probably a chance this fairy deck has Echoing Truth in it. Or this wizard deck. Yeah, their last sideboard had Echoing Truth. But I don't know if this is the same deck. Because their last deck... Let me pull it over here so you all lovely people can see. So this is like a 4-color deck. And I don't know if that's what we're facing now. So they played 2 islands. This list has 2 island, but that's it. So I'm not sure if it's actually the same deck or not. But it also, this list doesn't have Spell Stutter. So I don't think we're supposed to board in AV here due to Echoing Truth. Um, but I don't hate the idea of deciding into relays. Maybe bringing these to Ks and set out rights. Or we can side out ponders. It's a little bit of a crazier idea. I'm going to try siding out ponder. I don't know how I feel about it. But they are like a spell stutter deck. So ponder gets hit by spell stutter. This way we keep Rite of Flame accelerating into our Galvanic Relays. Yeah, obviously I'm keeping this. Alright, let's go, opponent. Let's go. Relay's a way of beating the control decks is just so nice. I've considered playing 4 on the board before. I did it once. The right here is really interesting. So in my mind right now, I'm wondering if I would imprint the Burning Wish if I needed to. And I hope that I don't have to, but by imprinting Burning Wish, you would also have... what is it called? More red mana next turn, but you wouldn't have the guaranteed tutor. This way we're also saving the pedal. I'm going to do it. Alright. Hopefully I don't regret this decision. It's only for 5. Give me 5 nutsos. There we go. Veil. Veil. Veil! Okay. Now we're going to pass. I would like to draw Veil Summer for turn if possible. That would be sweet. Sort of regretting imprinting the Burning Wish right now, but that's fine. Brainstorm's a good one. Not sure how I'm going to sequence this. I think I'm probably going to Brainstorm before I Claw, in case I draw into a defense grid. So they have Spell Stutter here. Does this resolve? I'd like it to. Nope. Alright. So that's unfortunate. Maybe imprinting the Burning Wish was a tipping point this game. Fugitive Wizard, sure. We have so much mana that we can pay for this. So they're on mono blue wizards. Now they have to decide whether or not they should be attacking or keeping up their soft counters. And they decided to attack. Let's see an action spell here, please. Nope. Alright. Sort of a bummer. We had a window right there to win. So it doesn't change the clock if I fetch here. I'm going to fetch to thin. Alright. So Echo might be a decent card for us to draw because it would allow us to fight through some of what they're doing. So now if I fetch, I'm actually taking a turn off my clock. So I'm not going to fetch with this Myra if I can help it. Alright. Come on, deck, please. I guess I'm going to kill Fugitive Wizard. That buys me an extra turn. Okay, so Wizard's attacking. I'm going to decay it. Hopefully draw into an action spell. So we go to 4 here. They have 3 power. If they have another creature, though, yeah. Alright, so we get one more turn. I think this game might come down to me imprinting on turn 1. Echo. Yes! Hell yeah! That allows us to beat a Force of Will right now. Please resolve. There's Force. Hey! How lucky. That was seriously the luckiest draw. Build up some Storm. Opponent has a Force here. So that's going to be from 8, 9, 10. Alright, so it's a good idea to play out the land because hypothetically, let's say our opponent has a Flusterstorm. We can pay for 1 and then fetch later to pay for another copy. Opponent's thinking here. Hey! 3-1! Take that, Wizards. Relay looked pretty good here. Okay, we're in round number 5 against Nevilshute, who just defeated Koval. Let's see if we can, get some revenge for our podcast co-host. Martin is a Doomsday legend, which is a tough matchup for us, so we're going to need to get a little bit lucky in order to win this. If one of these ponders was a land, I would snap this off. Unfortunately, we have to ship it. Yeah. I mean, we can't get rid of this. I'm going to bottom the Rite of Flame. By bottoming Rite of Flame and keeping Petal, we get to play Wishclaw on turn 2 through Daze. Alright, so we're going to keep this. And like I said, bottom Rite of Flame. It's going to be a tough match. So it's a little bit weird. I think I might actually bring in Relay against Doomsday. So post board, they go up to 8 forces, and it is a way of combating that. I'm not sure when I'll board out yet, but it seems reasonable to me. Yeah, alright, so you're going to get my claw. Come on, ad nauseum. Draw? Nope. Pass the turn. Yeah, we're just not favored against Doomsday. Brainstorm is on the stack. Okay, so what can we do? Apparently, nothing. Alright, so if we draw ad nauseum, we have protection now. It's worth noting if we draw Claw, we cannot go off. We just don't have enough resources. Are we dead? Martin going to 17. Whisper. So not dead. Not at least right now. Draw. Just can't do anything. I would expect to be a goner here. If we draw tendrils, we could actually get pretty close to winning. We just gave them way too much time. Really? Alright, I think I'm going to fetch to thin here. Please? I mean, we could try to go for it here. We lose to double force. Really? That just resolves, huh? So what happens if I get tendrils? I don't know. Looks like a hardcast force. Okay. Please resolve. I would love that. Okay, so we can't win. We have to pass the turn now. And we're at least 2 spells away from tendrils being lethal. So if we drew a cantrip on our turn, we could theoretically go for it. Or maybe a Wishclaw. Burning Wish. Assuming that we even get to live. They chose not to shuffle. Looks like we're dead. They're passing. Interesting. Come on, cantrip. I could lead on Veil. But if I lead on Veil, there's a chance we're just dead. Like, it's just not smart to lead on Veil of Summer. And now we're dead. Like, you could argue that I was supposed to cast Veil last turn. I think that Martin would have just let it resolve as the issue, and then we would have put Martin to 1. Well, we would have put Martin to 2, and then Doomsday would put Martin to 1. Really needed to draw a cantrip there. A Wishclaw, something else. I'm hoping like that this is a pass the turn pile. I don't think it's going to be. All 4 forces are in the pile, so yeah, Veil would have just resolved. Yeah, Daze, like, we wouldn't have won that. And us putting to Martin to 2 didn't matter. Alright, so we lost game number 1 against Doomsday. I do think Relay is like an interesting card here. It's good against all the forces that those decks have. If I remember correctly, Martin had something like Null Rod the last time I faced him. That's an older list. Because that has green in it. Yeah, Martin brings in a lot of counters. It's crazy, but I think I'm just going to board out like a pair of ponders here. Try to be a little bit more high impact with our relays. Hope to get lucky. Martin's going to 6 cards. Next turn we're looking to brainstorm plus fetch. Playing Mire first in case we need to Veil of Summer. Okay, so Flooded Strand passed, and we drew a second copy of Veil. I like that. I don't know what the right play is here. I think it's just putting these two back. Then the question becomes: do I try to play Wishclaw this turn? I'd have to do it off of these two, which means playing the Chromox for nothing. I think I'm just going to pass the turn, try to play it a little bit more safely. And I should play out Petal, because if we get into a Veil fight, I want to make sure I don't lose the Daze. Martin's passing. I think I'm going to fetch away the Burning Wish. I don't think it really helps me that much. I guess we drew Tendies again. So the reason I'm going to imprint Tendrils here is I want the Veil to be active without me needing to sacrifice the Lotus Petal. Come on, force it, Martin. I think, honestly, I'd be happy if we got into a force battle here. Like, if Martin forces, I Veil. Martin forces again, I Veil. I come out ahead. So that's the best case scenario here, in my opinion. Martin really deliberating on this claw. Come on. Force it. Alright, and Wishclaw resolves, finally. We're going to pass. Okay, Martin. Martin decides to shuffle away the 2 cards from Brainstorm. Are we dead? Looks like the answer is yes. So with no Tendrils in the deck, it's going to be a lot harder to win on our turn. Too bad we don't have that Extract in our sideboard anymore. You know, that card that we would use so frequently. Extract. That could be a win condition here. Martin making the Doomsday pile. It'd be nice if Galvanic Relay said target player, so that way you could deck your opponent with it. That'd be sweet. Like, if you got up to 60 cards, 60 Storm, you deserve to deck your opponent with Galvanic Relay, in my opinion. Alright, so Force of Will. Force of Will. So Martin has double Force of Will in hand by the looks of it. One could be in the pile. 2 copies of Force of Negation in the exile. I don't think I want to lead on Grid. Grid was actually kind of a bad draw here. So Martin's on 3 copies of Force of Negation. The last list only had 2, which is why I make note of it. Alright, so Martin put a Force on top to counter this Veil. So we're going to play Grid now and then pass and die. That's the reality of what's happening here. It's unfortunate, but that's just what happened. We're dead now. Yep. So we could have led on Grid, but we would need... So I thought of this last turn. It's not that I didn't think of it. I'd like to point that out. We could have led on Grid and then gotten into the Veil fight, but you have to hit runner in order to win. And this wasn't going to win. We would have had 3 mana floating, or 3 available mana. That doesn't win with Claw. So we go down to 2, and then what? Like, you just lose. So I guess it didn't really matter if I let on Gritter Veils. Martin just crushed us. It's not a good matchup. The turn 2 to 3 deck that also plays 7 forces, discard spells, dazes, we just weren't going to win. So we did not avenge Brian Koval. Instead, we joined him with 2 losses, unfortunately. So I am dead for top 8, and my breakers are terrible. I was the last of the 3 ones coming into this round, so likely I am just playing for top 32 at this point. But, yeah, let's see if I can get the last 2. Round number 6, and we are facing the Delver legend, Daniel Goschel, Ghoul Dukat, and we are on the play. I mean, we need to find a Lion's Eye Diamond, but this hand isn't the worst. Yeah, I mean, some artifact mana would really make this hand, a lot better. Like, if we could ponder into, like, land, LED, petal, that would be ideal, I think. Alright, so let's go get Underground Sea with his Verdant Catacombs and cast Ponder. Okay. Get our Underground Sea, and now Ponder. I think I'm going to shuffle that. As good as land 2 is, well, that was a bad draw. It wasn't good enough to keep that. We really want to find something better. Not Wasteland. So that you're saying there's a chance. Okay. Well, I guess we got to keep our Ponder anyway. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I guess I could go get Grape Shot. I also don't care if this gets countered. Relay is not really good with our hand, so I'm not going to get Relay. Okay, so it's been dazed. I think I'm okay with that. It just means that our defense grid on a future turn is more likely to resolve. Now Ragavan is coming in. They got our Ponder. Interesting that they didn't play the land before Ponder. So I think that means that they might have a Wasteland already, or they're looking for a Wasteland. And it turns out they already had one. Alright. Let's cast Brainstorm. And it did not find a land. Sort of bad news. Think that's what we're doing here. If they want our Burning Wish, they can have it. Next turn, the current plan is to imprint, likely Brainstorm and play Defense Grid. I suppose you could Brainstorm instead. Or maybe imprint Veil. But the problem with imprinting Veil is if Defense Grid doesn't resolve, you're in a lot of trouble. They still have 7 cards. Okay, so now they're going to be going up to 8. And probably getting, like, Blazing Volley. Yeah, sure. You have a Blazing Volley. Okay. I don't think this grid is going to resolve, but I'm going to try to run it out. I mean, I'd love if it did. I just don't think it's going to. Alright, so we're like a Lion's Eye Diamond away right now. I'd take a Lotus Petal, because then we could play the Claw. Sure. A Veil of Summer Your Heart Away. Ragavan is doing work, though. We're at 13. Interesting. There's Petal. So now we can play Claw. And I think we're supposed to just pass here. No need to try to force going off. Ragavan coming back. I mean, they got 2 treasures this turn. That's what that means. We're at 8. I don't know why that was main phase. Oh, for Murktide. That would make more sense. Sure. So our opponent's now representing lethal, and we have to figure out how to win. So it's 2 forces used. They're pretty likely to have another one, so I think we're probably just dead here. Like, there's 4 forces left in their deck. They've seen about a third. Yeah. So we got crushed. We just took way too long to try to win that game. Like, turn 6, we gave them so much time. Alright, so Relay's coming in. What if we do this? And then, like, board out 1 Mox. I guess, like, there's the Abrupt Decays we should probably worry... Or the No Rods we should probably worry about. Then we could leave, like, 1 Tendrils. I don't know how much I like this, but we're going to try it. Boarding out mana versus the Daze Wasteland deck I don't like. Especially when we're boarding in Relay, but the artifacts are so valuable I don't think we could board them out. The alternative is boarding out Ponder. And I don't know if I like that either. Okay, let's hope the Ponder is decent. Got an Underground Sea. I think I'm fine with this. Okay, so Flooded Strand probably into another turn 1 threat. Deck has so many of them now. Yeah, like, it's just insane how many turn 1 threats they have. Brainstorm. Get rid of this Opal. And probably land 4. Land 4 is a little bit of a luxury. And just pass. What is the play? Ghoul Ducat. Auto yielded this ability. Don't want to have to keep on clicking on that. Dragon Rage Channeler is very good. The fact that this thing turns into a Dollar that surveils on every non-creature spell you play is just bananas. That said, I do think this deck wants to play things like Mishra's Bauble or even like Tarfire, but a lot of people aren't playing those cards. So it's a little bit harder to turn on the Delirium. Creature, land, instant sorcery is usually how they do it. Daniel thinking for a little bit on this Brainstorm now. I'm still sort of wondering what our game plan is, because I'm not sure at the moment what it actually is. We're pretty far away from doing anything super meaningful, I think. Alright, Brainstorm is resolved. Did Daniel miss the second land drop, or is it a post-combat wasteland? Alright, I think we're going to take the draw with the land 4 being on top. And I think we just pass. Like, I'm going to fetch away the Opal, but there's no reason to play into Daze there. Alright, I don't know. We didn't really want the Chrome Mox. I'm thinking about AV a little bit here, so that's why I'm getting Trop. I'm planning on getting Taiga with this. Is that my sights are set on AV. I think that's how we realistically want to try to win this. I do know that Daniel's someone who likes a braid, so I'm a little bit worried about it getting abraded on Daniel's main phase. Something we could do, and I'm just talking a lot. Ugh. Yeah. Well, that shuts that plan off. I was going to say something we could do is imprint the Veil after casting Dark Ritual, and that actually gives us triple green. So now we're looking for Abrupt Decay for Null Rod. This is a card that Daniel traditionally doesn't play, but I boarded for it anyway, just because of the density of affinity decks recently. I think we put back these two. And then Burning Wish. So we can get Pulverize here. It's sort of a risky line, but it's available. Another thing we can do is we can just get Galvanic Relay and hope to find Abrupt Decay at some point. My fear is like sacking my 2 lands and then not being able to kill them, because we're pretty far away from doing that sort of thing. So I think I'm just going to get Relay. Yeah, I'm not going to fetch. I was thinking about fetching to cast Ponder, but like I just don't want to play into Daze if I don't have to. Yeah. Channeler still has instant and source, or I'm sorry, instant land, and now it has creature and then sorcery from Ponder. So this is finally upgraded to Delirious. It is Delirium. So this is smacking for 3 a turn now. Finding that Abrupt Decay would be nice. This looks like a big dragon. Yep. So I think we're dead to Bolt. I think I'm going to shuffle this. Another land. The question is if I should try to even play around Bolt. Like, can I afford to? I don't think I can. I just have to find Decay, I think. I could Veil into Relay just for an extra look at Abrupt Decay. Sure. Like, I just don't know what else I'm supposed to do here. So that gives them instant. So if this becomes Delirious, we're dead. I just don't think we can afford to play around anything. Like, we're just too far behind. So the Tendrils is in there, so we can, if assuming we're not dead, we could like mini Tendrils, and that gives them sorcery. That is Delirium. We have lost. So I chose to fetch, putting myself dead to Bolt. We could have not have played these out, and so like one of the options I had was don't play Wishclaw, don't play Veil of Summer, and then only do it for 4, was it? For 5, I guess. It would have been for 4 because they dazed. So we could have veiled or relayed for 4, which would have been these. But I wanted that better chance of finding Abrupt Decay. Doesn't matter. We got bodied. Blue-Red Delver's dumb. It's just what it is. So we're now 3-3, unfortunately, with 1 round left to go. All right. The final round. We're facing Kentaro, Kentaro, Hokori, and we're on the play. Yeah, I will keep this. Kentaro normally plays whatever the best deck is, so I would expect Kentaro to be on Delver. Alright, we were on the play. And I realized that I forgot to update our record before I recorded last round, so that should have said 3-2. We are now 3-3, and this is round number 7. Pretty good hand. I was also thinking about it after I boarded last round, and I think I probably boarded it incorrectly. We don't want to be taking Rite of Flames out when we're boarding in Relay. I think there's some natural friction there, and instead I want to explore maybe boarding out Ponder. I don't know if it's right, but it's something I just want to try testing. So if we are facing Delver again, I think I'm going to try boarding with that in mind. Alright, so let's start an Underground Sea into Ponder. Yes, please. Let's try this. Pass the turn. Kentaro's turn. Let's see if I'm right. Delta. I don't really want to play Claw into Daze, so I think I'm just going to pass here. Alright. Looks like Delver, smells like Delver. Could be wrong, though. What is it? Panda. I guess it could be Show and Tell, but I'm still guessing that it's Delver. Thinking about which land to play here. It is Delver. How about that? How crazy. I wasn't expecting that at all. Let's get rid of that. I think we're supposed to get rid of the Opal. And let's go get Taiga. This is a little bit awkward here. I could have kept the Opal over the second right, but I think we're more likely to draw a land that enables us to win through a Daze than we are to just draw like a Chrome Mox that we couldn't imprint or something. Instead we drew Ponder, so I'm just going to Ponder. And this is fine. Is it? actually. I think I might want to shuffle this. I guess keeping Chromox makes it work. Sort of. My fear is that Wasteland is going to wreck us here. Because if we get hit by Wasteland, this hand just falls apart. I think I'm going to shuffle. Okay, we're going to pass. A little awkward. We're just like 1 mana short. And with Ponder and Brainstorm this turn, Kentaro is going to have a lot of looks for Wasteland. Ponder and Brainstorm. I don't know if I said Ponder and Wasteland, but with the Surveil ability, you get to dig twice as deep. And now if, like, there we go. This is 6 looks for Wasteland right now. It's pretty good. Alright, so let's see what Kentaro found. It looks like they kept the Surveil. If this is a Wasteland on Taiga, I'm going to cycle Veil of Summer, I think. Okay. Do I still want to cycle Veil? Honestly, I feel like the answer might be yes. So Veil of Summer is on the stack. Alright, so that land draw was good. So my thought process is, well, now I look silly for doing it, that we can power through a force with Double Wish. Alright, and now we'll Dark Ritual. Okay, so Dark Ritual's on the stack, and then we're going to just play Wishclaw Talisman. Force Pitch Daze. So that means that they probably have another force. So Burning Wish would be 7 or 8. Tendrils would be 9. I mean, I don't think that this is going to resolve, but really, get that Tendies. Did we really just steal this game? I don't like how they're all resolving individually. Okay. I was worried about a force negation right there, countering the last one. Like 35 life against this, and with them like sculpting their draws, isn't likely to win. So a little bit scary. And we're gonna try the boarding out Ponder plan in this match instead. Let's do it. Keep our threat density high. Keep our mana up, chin up. We're gonna win this. False bravado, false confidence. Let's do it. What turn was that? Turn 4, it says. Turn 4, natural Tendies from the sideboard. And once again, we're facing Blue-Red Delver. Hopefully this plane works. I mean, it's also better against, like, if the opponent's boarding in Pyroblast, we're siding down on, like, reasonable targets. I kind of like that. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me that you would be boarding out Galvanic Relay, or boarding in Galvanic Relay, and boarding out the best card for casting it. Like, that just didn't align well. So, I'm trying to correct that. I'm still learning, too. Like, these are all brand new cards. I don't have all of the answers yet. This seems reasonable. Let's go. Okay, Kentaro, what you got? Channeler. Draw. I'm just going to pass here. So we could like try to sneak in a Wish on turn 2 through Daze, but I don't expect that to be a good play versus the Delver deck. Milling an island with Surveil. Channeler is just so good. Although I'm still shocked that people aren't playing Mishra's Bauble. I understand that it doesn't flip Delver, but like playing it with Channeler just makes it like much more of an aggressive threat. And you can go turn 1 Channeler into Bauble and then Surveil. Like, it's just so good. It's an aggressive start from the opponent. Okay. We're going to try to resolve Grid. I will gladly pay for Daze. Bitch Ponder. Okay. Also flips their Delvers. Like, Channeler, so good. Exiled. You got it. They're down to 2 cards. Instant sorcery land, and then abrade. No, don't abrade my stuff. Okay. So this still doesn't flip the channeler. Oh, well, now it does. So now they have 6 in the air coming in, so we're going to go to 13. Not a whole lot of time left. So they have a braid and 2 unknowns. And we're going to 13 life. I'd like to draw a Lion's Eye Diamond right now, I think. And the draw is another Burning Wish. I don't know what we're supposed to do here. So I can go Dark Ritual, Rite of Flame. So that's 6 mana. Burning Wish down to 4. And then Relay, but like that's just not a good line. And if I get Relay right now, that means we're dead to another creature next turn or a burn spell. And next turn they can abrade and kill our Lotus Petal too, which cuts us off black for this. So we're in trouble. I just don't know. Like, empty's not going to be fast enough here. So we could empty for 10, which doesn't race them. I'm assuming that they have at least a burn spell in their hand. But this is just a relay for 5. We're just going to have to get the best 5 cards, I guess. It's a shame we don't have 1 more mana. Okay, relay for 5. We need mana off this desperately. That's not going to be good enough. A little bit too slow this game. Like, we have Brainstorm that could theoretically help us out by switching these into action spells, and then, or mana spells, and then we have this as our action. But I just feel like we need a lot to go right in order to win game number 2 here against Kentaro. Murktide down. Alright, so they're fetching... What is this? Expressive Iteration? Yep, okay. They've not played a land yet, I don't believe. So they could have put back the Abrade with Brainstorm. I think we're supposed to assume that our opponent has at least 1 counterspell in their hand. And we have not given them a Pyroblast target all game, and we have to resolve this Brainstorm in order to win. Well, there's a pretty good card. Let's Brainstorm, I guess. Tendrils. Okay, so we don't need this Burning Wish, so that's free to put back. Now we can go to 6. I don't know how far we're going to get here. But playing the Claw turns on Opal. So we have Storm 4. We're just so far away from that magic 17 number. Force Pitch Brainstorm. Hope that this resolves, I guess. Land. Oh, wait, we have lethal. So we tap this for black. Go get Dark Ritual. That's Storm 7. Tendrils is Storm 8. Dark Ritual. Okay, so I think we just snuck in a win versus Blue-Red Delver. Relay out of the side was, for 5, was good enough. We didn't really get to draw the main deck relays, but we did come back and defeat Blue-Red Delver, the menace of the format at the moment. So maybe there's some potential here with 4 relay and boarding out Ponders. Who knows? I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to experiment a little bit with this list, maybe further abuse Galvanic Relay, try to maximize it a bit more. I just think that this could have potential. I know that 4-3 isn't an amazing result, but it's all about learning and growing and optimizing the deck list. And every time I play it, we do that a little bit. So thank you for watching me. I know that I've been a little bit cold recently, but I have a feeling that this Galvanic Relay plan could break us out. So you saw the start of something great, I think. Cheers, take care, have a great day. Hey, Bryant here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.